Hello, and welcome to my kitchen in the Netherlands. Today we're going to learn some more cool seaweed facts that you can use to torment your friends. For example, did you know that in Denmark, seaweed was used as the base of a paint for interiors? I sure didn't. It's called Mosfarve, aka moss color. And today I will be teaching you all how to make it at home yourselves. The name Mosfarve comes from the fact that Irish moss was used as the base for this paint. I tried to find out why Irish moss was used because it had to be imported to Denmark during this time period from Ireland. I found that Carrageenan, which is the glue and gelling component of Irish moss, was commonly used to help marble paper as well as to help size textiles throughout Europe. So this was a seaweed that already had a craft use as a glue within Europe, and I suspect that some Danes looked at it and thought to make paint out of it. This paint in particular was only ever applied to ceilings. I didn't understand why until I first made a batch, and then I realized it's because if you touch the paint, it will come off on your fingertips even when dry. So while this creates a beautiful matte white, it's not exactly something that's very permanent, and in fact, people used to wash it off of their ceilings just using cold water to apply a new layer. What we're going to do first is we're going to take our Carrageenan kappa, which is an extract from Irish moss, and we're going to dissolve it into water. Just enough so that it dissolves clearly into the water like so. Next, we're going to take chalk, and this forms the pigment of the paint. We're going to take a pail of water or container of water, and we're going to add chalk into it. At this point, you might be tempted to stir it. Do not stir the chalk while it's in the water. Instead, let it slowly drop down into the water so that there's a clear layer of water sitting on top. This is so that we can make something that's called Slimmel. Yeah, if there's any Danes that know how to translate that beyond naughty chalk, please let me know precisely kind of what that means. Okay, moving on. After you've let the chalk settle to the bottom, you're going to be left with a clear layer of water on top. This is why I told you to not stir the chalk yet. What you're going to do is remove that top layer of water, and voila, what's left behind is the Slimmel. Once we have that, we can add our seaweed glue to it. Now you can mix the whole mixture very thoroughly. And you have Mosfarve. When applying it, be careful to apply it in thin, even layers. Don't go back over the layers like I've done here. It's just gonna end up clumpy and bad and not so great. But yeah, there you have it. These were applied on interiors, on ceilings, before the advent of modern paint as we know it today. Now you can just go down to your average Stark Bugemakel and buy a can of paint as you wish, but back then, this was how you had to make it if you were doing a building project. My next video will be on seaweed watercolor. I'm going to be doing some more videos about the thesis research that I'm doing, which is on seaweed architecture in the Netherlands and how we could potentially build with seaweed in the future by looking at historical examples such as these. So you're welcome to come along for the ride if you wish.